The Miami Dolphins are looking to secure a long-term future with their talented quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa, according to recent statements from GM. Miami. Speaking to local media, General Manager Chris Grier expressed the Miami Dolphins' commitment to keeping quarterback Tua Tagovailoa with the team for the long term. Grier revealed that the team had been in regular contact with Tagovailoa's agent, with plans to intensify contract negotiations during the upcoming offseason as Tagovailoa enters the final year of his rookie deal. Despite a successful season in which Tagovailoa led the NFL in passing yards, the Dolphins are determined to secure his services for the foreseeable future. Grier emphasized the team's goal to have Tagovailoa playing at a high level as part of their long-term plans. However, he stated that contract negotiations and discussions with Tagovailoa's representatives would remain internal. Tagovailoa, who achieved personal bests in passing touchdowns and completion percentage, downplayed any pressure related to his contract negotiations. Despite a tough end to the season, the quarterback expressed confidence in his abilities and emphasized his commitment to improving for the next year. Coach Mike McDaniel highlighted Tagovailoa's continuous growth and improvement, expressing the desire to see his development continue in the coming months. Grier also mentioned the team's intentions to retain defensive tackle Christian Wilkins and offensive linemen Michael Dieter and Robert Hunt, all of whom are upcoming free agents. Grier acknowledged their rights as free agents and expressed the team's interest in keeping them. The Dolphins aim to work on retaining these key players as they plan for the future, emphasizing the desire of both the team and the players to continue working together in the upcoming seasons. Another thrilling matchup unfolded as two powerhouse teams clashed on the icy field, resulting in a victorious display of sheer determination. The Buffalo Bills made up for a delayed start due to extreme winter weather, defeating the Pittsburgh Steelers with a 27-plus-hour delay. Quarterback Josh Allen led the way with a strong performance, throwing first-quarter touchdown passes and adding a personal record 52-yard touchdown run. The Steelers, playing without all-pro pass rusher T.J. Watt, were unable to keep up with Allen's big plays and suffered turnovers, ending their unlikely late-season push. Despite facing defensive injuries, the Bills capitalized on the Steelers' mistakes, advancing to the next round with a 31-17 win. Meanwhile, the Steelers faced a crossroads after the loss, with decisions looming on the starting quarterback and the future of head coach Mike Tomlin. Despite their efforts to fight back in the game, the Steelers ultimately fell short, bringing an end to their season in the wild-card round. Quarterback Mason Rudolph displayed poise and consistency in the game, raising questions about his potential role with the team in the upcoming season. Despite the loss, rookie outside linebacker Thaddeus Herbig showcased his potential as a future defensive star with an impactful play on special teams, recovering a blocked field goal. In the latest sports news, the Falcons have reportedly interviewed Belichick for their coaching vacancy. The Atlanta Falcons have made a significant move in their head coach search by expressing interest in interviewing former New England Patriots head coach Bill Belichick. At 71 years old, Belichick has an extensive coaching career spanning 29 seasons, including 24 with the Patriots and 5 with the Cleveland Browns. He boasts an overall record of 302-165 and has secured 6 Super Bowl titles with the Patriots. One of those victories included a historic comeback against the Falcons in Super Bowl LI, where the Patriots overcame a 28-3 deficit to win 34-28 in overtime. Falcons owner Arthur Blank and CEO Rich McKay discussed the possibility of considering candidates with prior head coaching experience during a recent news conference, highlighting the importance of finding the right fit. Belichick's name has emerged as a potential candidate for the vacant head coaching position, along with other notable coaches like Pittsburgh's Mike Tomlin, Los Angeles Rams' Sean McVay, and San Francisco 49ers' Kyle Shanahan. This marks the first known interview conducted by Belichick following his departure from the Patriots, indicating his continued interest in coaching. The Falcons' search team, comprised of Blank, McKay, and general manager Terry Fontenot, has already interviewed 5 other candidates for the head coaching role. With the inclusion of Belichick in the interview process, the Falcons are exploring a wide range of experience and expertise to make the best decision for their team's future. Now let's turn our attention to some of the top quotes from the NFL wildcard round, including insights from Baker Mayfield on the impact of a victory. The wildcard round of the NFL playoffs has whittled down the competition to just 8 teams contending for Super Bowl LVIII. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers stood out in the opening round by delivering a decisive victory over the Philadelphia Eagles, with their quarterback Mayfield playing through rib and ankle injuries. On the other hand, the Dallas Cowboys were eliminated after a loss to the San Francisco 49ers, marking the first time a top 2 seed failed to reach the divisional round since 1975. The weather played a significant role in the Kansas City Chiefs' win over the Pittsburgh Steelers, with the game being the 4th coldest in NFL history. The Buffalo Bills ended their historic postseason losing streak with a victory over the Atlanta Falcons, while their former quarterback, Stafford, led the Detroit Lions to their first playoff win in 32 years, receiving praise from his coach. Despite his long history with the city, Stafford faced boos from Detroit fans in his first game back at Ford Field and offered a brief response when asked about his feelings toward the city. Who will be crowned the world's richest person in 2022? The Associated Press has expanded its player awards to include a broader selection, recognizing the value of multiple players in the league. However, despite this expansion, the NFL MVP award is often limited to the league's best quarterback, which may come off as somewhat predictable. To provide a more comprehensive view, the writer has unveiled a 100-player MVP ballot for the 2023 season, recognizing the most valuable players across different positions. The process of creating this ranking involved considering various factors, including quantitative evidence, qualitative information, and feedback from trusted colleagues and NFL team staffers. The aim was to gauge the value each player generated during the regular season and how they stood out compared to an average starter at their position. As a result, quarterbacks tend to dominate the top of the list due to the positional variance, but other positions also feature prominently based on their impact and skill level. The ranking serves as a challenging yet compelling exercise, reflecting the diverse opinions and disagreements surrounding the worth and ability of individual players in football. This approach aims to provide a more inclusive perspective on the most valuable players in the league, extending beyond the traditional recognition of quarterbacks. In another development in the sports world, there are reports that the New England Patriots have extended offers to coach Bill Belichick's sons to remain with the team. Steve Belichick and Brian Belichick, sons of former head coach Bill Belichick, will continue their tenure with the New England Patriots, as sources confirmed to ESPN. This news was initially reported by SI.com, and their future roles with the team could be linked to their father's potential head coaching job in 2024. Steve Belichick has steadily risen through the ranks over the past 12 seasons, starting as an entry-level coaching assistant and eventually taking on the roles of linebackers coach and defensive play caller. On the other hand, Brian Belichick began his career with the Patriots in 2016 as a scouting assistant and progressed to become the safeties coach from 2020 to 2023 after a stint as an entry-level coaching assistant. The newly appointed Patriots head coach, Jerod Mayo, shares a strong bond with Steve Belichick, stemming from their time together as player and coach. Mayo acknowledged their close relationship, recalling how they used to spend time dissecting film and discussing game strategy, forming a natural connection rooted in their shared passion for football. Jerod Mayo is set to be officially introduced as the 15th head coach in Patriots history on Wednesday at noon ET in a press conference alongside owner Robert Kraft and team president Jonathan Kraft. Now, let's delve into the riveting oral history of a pivotal moment in Detroit Lions history. The Detroit Lions' 1991 season was a significant time for the team and its fans, with Barry Sanders emerging as a superstar running back. Despite a successful season, marked by a franchise record 12 wins, it was also marred by heartbreak following offensive lineman Mike Utley's spinal cord injury during a Week 12 game. The playoff game against the Dallas Cowboys on January 5, 1992, marked the team's first playoff win since 1957. The atmosphere leading up to the game was electric, with both holiday excitement and a fervent buzz about the Lions permeating the city. The game drew massive media attention, with temporary media seats constructed to accommodate the demand. Despite the emotional weight of Utley's injury, the team entered the game with confidence and a solid game plan that leveraged quarterback Eric Kramer's passing prowess. The Cowboys' defensive strategy to stop Barry Sanders by packing the box opened up opportunities in the passing game, with receivers like Herman Moore and Willie Green capitalizing on the situation. The Lions' offense was efficient, and the defense also stepped up, ensuring a dominant performance throughout the game. The playoff victory was not just about the win, but also the spirit of teamwork and sacrifice among the players. The locker room was a scene of jubilation and celebration, with the city's electricity palpable. Tim Allen and local dignitaries added to the festive atmosphere, making it an unforgettable moment for the team and its fans. Barry Sanders' stellar performance, including an iconic touchdown run, solidified the significance of the game. Despite the victory, there was a sense of yearning for more playoff successes in subsequent years. Nevertheless, the 1991 season offered hope and progress, and the players hoped to recreate such moments for Lions fans in the future. This controversial moment at the press conference has everyone talking. Following the Pittsburgh Steelers' wild-card round loss to the Buffalo Bills, speculation surrounding Mike Tomlin's future as head coach has intensified. Despite having a contract through the 2024 season, Tomlin's position within the organization has come under scrutiny. Although the coach made a swift exit from the post-game press conference upon being asked about his future, several players voiced their support for him to continue leading the team. Defensive back Minkah Fitzpatrick expressed his admiration for Tomlin's motivational impact and his belief that Tomlin is the right person for the job. Meanwhile, veteran defensive lineman Cameron Hayward echoed these sentiments and emphasized the vital role Tomlin plays in the team's success, noting that the players owe a great deal to his leadership and guidance. In the face of a challenging season marred by injuries and coaching changes, the Steelers managed to secure a playoff berth under Tomlin's guidance, showing resilience and determination. However, running back Najee Harris hinted at internal discord, indicating the need for adjustments within the team's structure and discipline. While emphasizing that the coaching staff was not the problem, Harris stressed the importance of changes in the team's rules and discipline to achieve the desired level of success. Tomlin's coaching during a turbulent season that saw significant obstacles and a midseason offensive coordinator firing has received mixed but supportive feedback from the players. While some advocated for his continuation at the helm, others hinted at the need for internal adjustments. As Tomlin enters discussions with the organization about his future, the Steelers continue to navigate a pivotal offseason in their pursuit of success. Our next topic takes us to the Emmy Awards, where Rob McElhenney made a special appearance on the Manning cast. Peyton and Eli Manning return for a special wild card edition of the Manning cast during the matchup. This marks the third consecutive year of the alternative broadcast's presence during Wild Card Weekend. Notably, the Buccaneers made an appearance in last season's version, led by Tom Brady in his final game with the team. The Eagles, with a 1-2 record, and the Buccaneers, with a 2-1 record, have both made 3 appearances in the Wild Card round. Joining the Manning brothers will be NFL Hall of Famer and former linebacker Ray Lewis, along with former Buccaneers head coach Bruce Arians. Here's a look back at some of the best Manning cast moments from the Wild Card round. Bro, you did not invent Omaha. Banter between the Mannings. Peyton humorously takes credit for Eli's rookie interception record. Their viewing of the Manning cast at the Emmys. A humorous exchange highlighting the significance of finger placement in football throwing, joking about dislocating a finger as a dedication test for the show. In sports news, there's an upset as Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers take down the defending NFC champion Eagles. Tampa Flat. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers secured their spot in the NFC division of the Super Bowl after a commanding 31-15 win over the Philadelphia Eagles in the wild card round on Monday night at Raymond James Stadium. In a triumphant display, quarterback Tom Brady and the Buccaneers' defense dominated the game, allowing them to advance to the next stage of the playoffs. Brady's exceptional performance in his third career playoff game with the Bucs included 3 touchdown passes of 56, 44, and 23 yards, solidifying his status alongside Buccaneers history as one of the few quarterbacks with 300-plus passing yards in a playoff game. The defense, led by coach Todd Bowles, delivered a standout performance, punctuated by a safety in the third quarter by outside linebacker Shaquille Barrett. This victory also avenged the Buccaneers' previous loss to the Eagles in Week 3, asserting their capability in both home field advantage and their prowess on both sides of the ball. The Eagles, on the other hand, faced challenges, mirroring their late-season struggles. Despite quarterback Jalen Hurts' efforts, including completing 22 of 36 passes for 337 yards with no interceptions, the Eagles found themselves unable to effectively counter the Bucs' defense, managing only 275 yards. Retailing the Bucs for 201 yards in their previous encounter, the Eagles were limited to just 41 rushing yards in this game. Their difficulty in converting third downs, coupled with defensive deficiencies, contributed to the Eagles' defeat. As the Buccaneers celebrated their victory and advancement in the playoffs, the Eagles confronted the reality of their season's end. Their 6 losses in the final 7 games, following a strong start, posed significant challenges, prompting reflection on the team's performance and future prospects. CEO Jeffrey Lurie and the Eagles' leadership faced the daunting task of evaluating the team's trajectory and making critical decisions about their coaching staff and key players. The game showcased the Buccaneers' resilience and determination, while highlighting areas of improvement for the Eagles as they contemplate their offseason strategy. Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are ready to defy the odds as they embrace their underdog role in their recent wild-card win. Tampa Bay Buccaneers quarterback Baker Mayfield, despite battling rib and ankle injuries, delivered an impressive performance, throwing for 337 yards and 3 touchdowns in the wild-card round victory over the Philadelphia Eagles. Mayfield's resilient display helped his team secure their largest playoff win since their Super Bowl LVII victory. Despite being 3.5-point home underdogs, the Buccaneers prevailed with Mayfield leading the charge. The quarterback expressed his comfort in the underdog role, emphasizing the team's embrace of the mindset throughout the season. Mayfield's determination was evident as he pushed through rib and ankle injuries sustained in previous games, even flying in his personal physiotherapist twice during the week for assistance, despite limited practice time. Buccaneers coach Todd Bowles commended Mayfield's resilience, highlighting his unwavering commitment and ability to make crucial plays throughout the game. The quarterback's leadership extended beyond his performance on the field as he remained positive and encouraging despite 6 drop passes by his receiving targets in the first half. His impact was evident as his teammates echoed his competitive spirit and never-say-die attitude. The game saw Mayfield connecting with his receiving targets for crucial touchdowns and orchestrating the Buccaneers' strong offensive performance. His resilience and impact on the game were acknowledged by teammates and coaches, setting the stage for the Buccaneers' upcoming matchup against the formidable Detroit Lions in the divisional round. Despite being labeled underdogs once again, the team remains undeterred, focusing on their collective belief and determination to overcome external expectations. Inside linebacker Lavonte David emphasized the team's unwavering confidence in each other, highlighting their focus on internal belief rather than external predictions. The Buccaneers are poised for a revenge tour, seeking redemption against the Lions after suffering a 20-6 defeat earlier in the season. The team's resolve to overcome external perceptions and focus on their internal strengths reflects their determined mindset as they set their sights on achieving greater goals in the playoffs. In the latest sports news, the NFL playoffs divisional round has the Bills opening as home favorites over the Chiefs. The NFL's divisional round of the playoffs is confirmed with two games scheduled for both Saturday, January 20th, and Sunday, January 21st. On Saturday, the AFC's top-seeded team will face the yet-to-be-determined opponent, while the NFC's top-seeded team will take on the first-ever seventh seed to advance to the divisional round. On Sunday, the highly anticipated match between the Ernestianda will take place, followed by the facing-off against the A. The winners of each game will advance to the conference championship games, where they will battle for a spot in Super Bowl LVIII. Here are the betting odds and over-under lines for each game. Houston Texans, plus 320. Baltimore Ravens, buy as of 420. Over-under, 45.5. Ravens favored to win by 12.8, 81.7% outright. Green Bay Packers, plus 360. San Francisco 49ers, minus 450. Over-under, 49.5. 49ers favored to win by 11.2, 78.6% outright. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Detroit Lions, minus 270. Over-under, 48.5. Lions favored to win by 4.5, 62.5% outright. Kansas City Chiefs, plus 125. Buffalo Bills, 145. Over-under, 45.5. Bills favored to win by 2.3, 56.6% outright. In an unexpected turn of events, new information surfaces regarding a prominent figure in the sports world. Star center Jason Kelce, 36, announced his retirement to his teammates in the post-game locker room after the Philadelphia Eagles' 32-9 loss in the wildcard playoff game, sources told ESPN. Kelce, visibly emotional, signaled that this was the end of his 13-year career with the team. Despite declining to speak with reporters, he conveyed his decision to retire, sources confirmed. Playing on a one-year contract this season, Kelce was poised to become a free agent in March. The veteran, a sixth-round pick in 2011, has been a key leader for the Eagles, contributing to their 6 postseason appearances and 2 Super Bowl trips in the past 7 seasons. According to Eagles right tackle Lane Johnson, Kelce had hinted to teammates that this season would likely be his last. Kelce is recognized as the 5th center in NFL history to achieve at least 6 All-Pro selections, putting him in the company of Hall of Famers Jim Otto, Bulldog Turner, Dermontti Dawson, and Jim Ringo. Johnson praised Kelce, labeling him as one of the best to ever play the game, and lauded his athletic prowess on the field, foreseeing that his unique talent may not be seen again for a long time. Now, let's take a look at the latest developments involving Sirianni and the Philadelphia Eagles after their recent playoff defeat. Tampa. Following the Philadelphia Eagles' wild-card playoff loss to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, head coach Nick Sirianni faced speculation about his future. The Eagles' 31-15 defeat marked the end of a season that took a dramatic turn, with the team losing 6 of its last 7 games after a 10-1 start. Responding to concerns about his job status, Sirianni focused on supporting his players and staff, stating, "I'm not worried about me. As the head coach, I'm just trying to be there for our guys and our staff right now through a tough time." The Eagles, as road favorites, 3.5, struggled against the Buccaneers, going 0 for 11 on 3rd and 4th downs combined. This performance made them the first team since 1988 to fail to convert on these downs in a playoff game. Additionally, their 9 points against the Buccaneers marked their lowest scoring output since Week 7 of the 2021 season. The team's disappointing finish also saw them enter the history books alongside the 1986 Los Angeles Rams as the only teams in NFL history to start a season 10-1 or better and end with 7 losses. Tackle Lane Johnson expressed frustration, calling the team's slide very frustrating and acknowledging the uncertainty of the business they are in, stating, "Nobody's safe." Quarterback Jalen Hurts, when asked about Sirianni's potential return for another season, did not provide a direct response, instead emphasizing his confidence in everyone within the organization. Meanwhile, veteran center Jason Kelce, who completed his 13th season, raised questions about his future after cameras captured him displaying emotions on the sidelines. Right tackle Lane Johnson praised Kelce, describing him as one of the best to ever play the game, while suggesting that Kelce has hinted at this being his final year. As the Eagles look to regroup after their playoff exit, uncertainties linger around the coaching staff and key players, leaving fans and stakeholders